This week did not go the way I expected at all. I had plans fall apart, I had to pivot quickly, and I genuinely at one point I did wonder if starting this series was a terrible idea. But by the end of the week, I realised something really important about what happens if you start before you're ready. Let's talk about it. So last week I challenged myself to stop over-explaining my boundaries and start acting like the version of me who already has her dream life. And this week, life immediately put that to the test. Plans fell through, things got cancelled, and I found myself having to pivot really fast. And if I'm being honest, I was left just completely emotionally burnt out. Week one was about acting like my future self in one small way. And for me, that meant saying no without over-explaining. And that actually went okay. But something I didn't expect was how quickly life was going to throw me curveballs once I started leveling up, because apparently growth invites disruption. And I think a lot of personal development content makes it seem like once you decide to improve your life, everything suddenly just starts smoothly flowing. But sometimes the opposite will happen. Last week, I wanted to get organised. I have got a couple of really busy months coming up, and I just wanted to get ahead of the curve with planning as much as I could in advance. I was due to go to a concert on Friday with my bestie. We had VIP tickets. See my vision board. And we had been so looking forward to this show. Just having a night dressed up and not having to be mum and just go out for a few hours and just be ourselves. But just before we were about to catch our train, the family member who was babysitting for her called and said, she's cancelling, you have to come home now. So we couldn't go. And now this family member is extremely toxic, and we decided afterwards that actually she almost definitely did this on purpose as a way to like ruin our night. But that's not my story to tell. That is for the bestie when or if she's ever feeling ready to do that. But yeah, not being able to go to this show after getting all dressed up and all hyped up was kind of gutting, to be honest. However, new me is always trying to look for the upsides in the downs, and we were very, very grateful that she did actually pull out before we'd, got on a train, or worse still, just got into the venue. And so we were very grateful that she pulled out when she did. And also she thought we were already on the train, so we had time to grab a quick cheeky dinner together and, not waste our dressy outfits, and her time travelling to me wasn't a waste of time. Then Monday came and I had a call to say my son was sick and I had to go pick him up from school. And per school policy, he has to be home for 48 hours. So my plans to go and film some content, to go to the gym, and even filming this video, they all had to be cancelled. Thankfully he's fine and he is back at school now, but the mental load of juggling all of those different things absolutely fried my brain. And I am filming this a day late because yesterday my brain decided I was going to have a day off whether I wanted to or not. I felt absolutely exhausted. My anxiety was sky high. I felt panicky and emotional and just completely dysregulated, and I just couldn't get on with anything. So whilst I was sat with the executive dysfunction and the task paralysis, I thought about how Dream Life me would handle this kind of feeling. And I thought she has an abundance of self-love and confidence in her abilities to pick things up after she's had some time off to care for her body and her mind. So that's exactly what I did. I did the bare minimum needed yesterday for the family in the house. And then by 5 p.m, I was in bed reading a self-improvement book, because even on the days where I am totally burnt out, I still wanted to commit to just doing something to improve myself and moving forward just a little bit every day. Again, on my vision board, there's a sign that says 1% better every day. So I didn't feel like my day was completely wasted. I'd still moved myself forward in some way. So, starting before you feel ready is really powerful, but you have to be aware that it does come with some side effects. You will almost certainly feel the uncertainty. There will be emotional exhaustion, unexpected changes thrown at you, and you will definitely have some self-doubt creeping in for sure. because growth doesn't remove the chaos from your life. It just changes how you respond to it. Like a few years ago, something like this happening to me would make me shut down completely for a week. I would go into hibernation mode and I would do nothing. And I would have taken it as a sign that I wasn't ready and I should stop and wait until things calm down. They're not proof I should quit. They are part of the process that I am becoming someone stronger. At the beginning of this video, I said this week made me question whether starting this series was a mistake. And the truth is, it didn't mean that I'm not ready. It means that I am stretching into a version of myself and life is testing it. So with that in mind, let's go on to week 2's challenge regarding regulation and resilience. So this week's challenge isn't about pushing harder. It's about learning to pause when things go sideways. So when something unexpected happens, pause and just sit with it for a second instead of immediately reacting. Give yourself space to regulate emotionally and then decide how your future self would respond. Because leveling up is not just always bold action. It's also about learning not to spiral when things go wrong. The version of me who creates her dream life, she isn't someone who never gets overwhelmed. She's someone who learns how to steady herself when things get really messy. Which then cycles me back to the start of this week and how I handled it. And also brings me on to week 1's homework. How did you get on? What did you pick? Tell me about it. How did it go? I've not had really any requests of me this week, so my homework has kind of been defunct. I had one person ask me for something and I did actually want to say yes to that. So that's something I'm going to continue doing and I will let you know how it goes throughout this series. There's another 2 weeks to go before I go back to regular scheduled content, you'll be pleased to hear. And I am now very much off script, so you can probably tell how less focused I am, but I am working on it. And I just wanted to say as well, thank you so much for being here and for watching these vlogs. The personal growth that I am going through right now is already having profound changes on me and my future self and my future life. I want to grow both this channel and my online and my other social media to be able to provide a full-time income for my family. And step 1 of that is already happening. In February, I had my first paid month on social media and I only have 94 followers on Instagram. And I did only earn £15, but I thought that was quite good for 94 followers. So that bodes well. And also, and just before I started this video, I finalized the details of a brand partnership. I am now a brand ambassador for Just Strong. It's a gymwear company from the UK and I put myself forward for it, which if you know me, you know that's insane. I would never have the audacity. I'd never have the audacity or the confidence to do that even 6 months ago. So just you being here and watching this video is incredible because it's giving me the confidence to make these changes and do these things and walk the talk. You are amazing. Thank you so much for being here, and I will leave you with this. If you are about to start something new and it already feels harder than you expected, it's not because you can't do it. It's probably because you've already started the process. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy the weather if you're having a sunshiny day like I am. And I will catch you in my next video next week. Toodles.